In this presentation, we are going to learn about modulation. What is the use of modulation and what are the advantages using modulation for analog communication? First, let us define what is modulation. Combining low frequency signals, signal wave with high frequency carrier wave is called the modulation. So low frequency signals means our speech and music, that is up to 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz, that is the frequency range. So those small frequency range signals we will modulate with the high frequency carrier wave. That is what modulation. So what is the, first let me write the equation of a carrier wave, sinusoidal carrier wave. Vc equals Vm sine of 2 pi fc t plus theta. I will take it as theta. This is the equation for a sinusoidal carrier wave. Now here Vm is the maximum amplitude of the carrier wave. Maximum amplitude. And Fc is the carrier frequency. T is the time. And theta is the phase of the carrier wave, phase. Now, there are three variables in this equation. That is, the first one is the amplitude. We can vary the amplitude. If you are varying the amplitude of a carrier wave, we will get the amplitude modulation, that is AM, amplitude modulation. Similarly, if you are varying the frequency of the carrier wave, we will get what we get? We will get the frequency modulation. And finally, is a phase. Then we get the phase modulation. So these three quantities we can vary for a analog communication. Now we are not going in deep in this lecture. So these things we will see later. Now today we are going to see why we have to do the modulation. To make the following things favorable to us, we do the modulation. That is, first one is the antenna size. Antenna size. To reduce the antenna size, we do the modulation. Second one is the operating range. How far the transmitted radio signal can travel, and we can receive using a receiver. And third one is to avoid overlapping of channels. Or we can say interference also, overlapping of channels. Now slowly we'll see what are these things. Now all of you know what is the frequency range of audio signal. Audio signal frequency range is from 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz, right? If I want to transmit this signal, then I need an antenna. So antenna size, how do you take the antenna size? the antenna size is calculated. Antenna size, we will take it as lambda by 4, 1/4 of the lambda. I will give you how this idea has come also, how from where this lambda by 4 is coming for the antenna size. So this is a sinusoidal wave. If you want to transmit the minimum information, what we do, we will transmit only this much part of this. Once we transmit only this much part, the remaining part we can reconstruct using this information, right? If we flip it on the top, we will get this much we will get if we flip it. If you reverse on the other side, we will get the full waveform. So only 1/4 of the total signal is having the information. So that is why we need a lambda by 4 antenna to transmit this information. Now we have 20 kilohertz. Now 20 kilohertz, what is the antenna length required? Let us calculate the antenna length. Antenna length for 20 kilohertz. We have an equation for that. C equal to F lambda. C is the velocity of light. F is the frequency of wave, whatever transmitting. Lambda is the wavelength. From here, if you calculate what we want to calculate, lambda equal to C, velocity of light upon frequency. So what is the velocity of light in meter per second? 3 multiplied by 10 to the power 8 upon what is the frequency here we are transmitting? 20 kilohertz. We are taking the maximum value of the sound. This is for the music only we will get. The speech we won't get. I think speech may go up to 4 kilohertz, not more than that. So if we simplify this, we will get 15 kilometer. 15 kilometer lambda we got. So if you divide 15 divided by 4, lambda by 4 equal to how much you will get? We will get 15 divided by 4. That comes to 3.75 kilometer. So 3.75 kilometer length antenna we need to transmit the sound or music without the modulation. So it is practically not possible to build such a big antenna and to install it, right? 3.75 kilometer antenna is installing is very tough. So practically it's not possible. Now you take the case of a mobile communication. Okay, mobile communication, what is the frequency we use for GSM? There are different bands. We will consider 900 megahertz. Because all of us are using phones. In the phone, there is an antenna. Now, if we calculate the lambda for this 900 megahertz band, we will get the lambda 33 centimeter we will get approximately. So lambda by 4 equal to almost, roughly we can take it as 8 centimeter we are getting it. See, this 8 centimeter antenna is built in our phone, like on the PCB itself it is etched. So the antenna size has come very small. So to reduce the antenna size, we need modulation. Next what we have to see? Next we will see the operating range. Okay. Second one is what? Operating range. Operating range. Operating range. Operating range means, see, now we have FM signal. FM stations are there everywhere, but it is up to what distance it can, a receiver can receive the signal. It depends on the energy of the wave transmitted. Energy of the wave transmitted. Here, the energy of wave depends on its frequency. Energy of wave depends on its frequency. Now, what is there? If E is higher, energy is higher. No, we will take the other way. If frequency is higher, okay, this is a frequency. If frequency is higher, which means the energy of the wave is higher. So, if you transmit the signal at higher frequencies, the energy of the wave is more, so that it can cover more distance. That's also an equation is there which relates energy and frequency. E equal to h mu. From here you can, mu is the frequency here, okay? Mu is the frequency. H is the Planck's constant, mu is the frequency. So energy is directly proportional to frequency. So if the higher frequency, we will get a higher range. So this is the second reason why do we use modulation. E equal to h mu. This equation also can be related to power also. Power transmitted. That is given L upon lambda square. That is the antenna length upon lambda square. See, if the lambda is small, the wavelength is small, we will get more power as per this equation. This is in power. The h mu is in energy terms. So why do we use, this is the second main reason we use the modulation. Now we will see the third reason. That is to avoid overlapping of channels or interference. To avoid overlapping of channels. That means what? See, if you see your FM, what is the frequency band of FM? That is 88 megahertz to 108 megahertz in India. Okay. So we have a 91 megahertz channel is there. 91.4 is there. Okay. So we are having close range channels. See here, but what is the thing? Here bandwidth is more. 1 megahertz means 1000 kilohertz. So much bandwidth is there. So what you see, this is assume that this is your one channel. For the second channel, there is this is a first channel. This is a channel 2, second channel. But there is a gap between these two channels. Can you hear? So this much gap is there between the two channels. This is to avoid interference, overlapping of signals. But if you use the low frequency, what happens? From 20 Hertz to 20 kilohertz, if you try to transmit, we can't accommodate more channels, and the quality also will be poor because bandwidth will be less. And here we cannot accommodate more channels, but we are having many channels, many radio stations, the similar frequency range with a little bit the variation. Means for 91.1 FM is there, means it can have a 91.3 FM also. So this is the third thing. This is to avoid overlapping or interference of channels. If you go to the low frequency, what happens? If you try to 20 Hertz to 20 kilohertz, then we can't accommodate more channels. Also there is a higher chance of channel overlapping or the signal interference. So these are the main reasons why we use modulation. So I hope these videos are useful to you. If you like the video, please share with your friends and don't forget to hit the like button. And this is the first lecture of analog communication. Now we will have a series of analog communication lectures, and this is planned for students of ITI, Diploma and BSc. So thanks for watching.